everybody, and welcome to today's stream where I am still ill. Yay! Yay for me! Hooray! Actually, everybody, pretty much everyone who went to the workshop last week got ill from it. That's what happens when you muck about with other human beings, right? Anyway, welcome. It is the stream. We will see how we get on today. I have a bit of a cough, which sometimes creeps up and makes my throat tickle or my chest, whatever. So we'll see how we get on. But I do want to talk about some things today, believe it or not. I have some things to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is people are popping off in the chat, and I can see that people have the new they've because it's the birthday this week. So people who've been a member of the channel for 3 years have their next Chaos Emerald. Ooh, and that is a silver Chaos Emerald. I think, guys, you're only one away from getting all the Chaos Emeralds, and you know what that means. You'll have to wait a whole year to find out. So congratulations for 36 months to Robert War, Jamie, and Rich Gamer. Congrats, it's good. And we will be, celebrating on Saturday. Been putting together some plans, some ideas, so that should hopefully be a fun time. And then we have the members hangout on Sunday. So if you are a member, you can hang out with all of us on Sunday at the Discord. So let's see who's in the chat today. We've got Terrence saying hi, Lucy, hello. Oh, my little thing's gone. Boop. There we go. That's so outdated. I got to fix that. We've got Royal War saying hello, Lucy, in chat. We got Foxy Cat saying I'll be in and out of the stream today. Thank you. Have a good one. And thanks for being on the mod duty. Rich Gamer is saying hi, Lucy. And we got Fabio saying hello. Dusty B70 saying evening, you mad lot. Evening indeed. Chris J saying hello. And KRP TV saying hello, Lucy. Hope you're feeling better this week. It's so annoying that I was like ill sick last week. And then on Sunday I woke up and I was like under the weather sick. And I was like, why? So annoying. I hate being ill. But we carry on. We'll figure it out. We got Wes saying hi, everybody, as well. And Terrence also celebrating 21 months on the XP zone. And Ian Graham saying hello, Lucy. Hello, everyone. Dan saying evening, or I'm kind of addicted to Ghost of Yotei, so might not be around much tonight. That is totally acceptable. I am also very much enjoying Ghost of Yotei, which is I am excited about talking about later today. Being ill sick might be made easier for you. Might have made it easier for you to get ill again, I guess. But like everybody that went to the workshop last week, whoever I spoke to, they're like, oh my God, I'm ill. Like, we don't know who Patient Zero was. And Patient Zero, why did you come? Why did you come to the workshop if you're not well? Why? Whoever you were, Patient Zero. So now I'm a bit anxious about Sync Week because I don't want to sync my germs with everybody else as well before I have to get on a plane to America. So I might have to go to Sync Week but distance myself and not go to the socials, which will be sad, but I'll also be super sad if I'm sitting on a plane not feeling well, because I just can't imagine it would be worse. At least when you're not well and you're at home, you can like get in your blanket, you've got your medicine, like you've got your home comforts around you. But yeah, when you're on a plane, you're obviously in an uncomfortable situation. I was not Patient Zero, and I know that because in the week some people were dropping off, and I only got sick on the Sunday, so someone else was already been sick to get me sick. So there we go. That moment when in the office and someone nearby is coughing up their guts. Exactly. Ad saying hi, Lucy, hope you are well. I'm weller. I have been weller, but I guess I'm on the ups. Quitter9, I hope I've said that right, says, hi Lucy, been watching you for a while and you're an inspiration. Oh, thank you. Also hope you feel better soon. Drink lots of water and take medicine. Oh, thanks. I had a lem sip before we started, so I'm on the water now, but I did have a Sainsbury's own non-branded lem sip. I don't know why I said it like that. Lem sip makes me go blah, but I'm hoping that will spur me on. Yeah, I think people should, like, if you're going to have to come in, don't do it when you're, because we were all in like these little rooms in close proximity with one another. I think the other big thing, and obviously you can't really help it, which is why when I go to Sync Week, I've probably become a hypochondriac. When I go to Sync Week, I'm not going to do the social stuff. I feel like it's the social stuff that's going to get you sick. Like, everyone's obviously very professional. A lot of people are not unprofessional outside of, but everyone keeps, you know, you're sitting at a desk, you're doing the work, you're doing a presentation. But when you go to the socials, everyone's drinking, everyone's getting really close to each other, everyone's talking loud, like, yeah. And that's when, you know, maybe you're sharing. I didn't share anyone's drink, but, you know, I think that's what's happening there. Scott Greenleaf says, hi Lucy, get better soon. Thank you. Plot twist, the sim dropped some biological warfare in the mail before leaving. Gosh, no. I could mask up. That is an option now. That's not out of the norm of doing that. I enjoy being sick unless one of my symptoms is vomiting. An interesting take. My name is NH. I don't. In fact, I don't know. I just don't like having sick brain as well. Because I feel like when I have sick brain, I just don't think about things properly, and I'm like, ah! So yeah, very, very crazy. But we have a few things to talk about today, and I do hope that I get a chance to talk about them before my lungs give up for the day. Because I actually do want to go to bed after this. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go to bed. Because actually, I want to go to the office tomorrow. I know but no one's in on a Friday, and I kind of want the change of scenery. And I'll be a responsible person, but I feel like I'm definitely on the ups. Anyway, I just want to say thanks everybody who was able to watch the Call of the Mountain Platinum Grand Slam video. That went up on Sunday, I think, or Saturday. So thanks for being able to watch that. I'm glad to get that one out. On to the next video. I don't know when that will be, but I will work on it at some point and get some other stuff going in the meantime. So that's pretty cool. Again, sorry for skipping the streams and stuff. Yeah, I think Monday was my worst day. I definitely couldn't. I actually took the morning off to sleep a bit more. So I couldn't have then streamed later, but I should be back in streaming order tomorrow because I'm now where I was like, oh, it's going to be fine. I can finish Indiana Jones in 5 streams. And now I'm like, we're getting close to the deadline maybe. Although I could maybe take my stuff with me and stream there, but it'd just be awkward timing. So, hoping to get some Indiana Jones stream tomorrow about maybe 7, half 7, and we just have a chill one. Maybe if I do stream tomorrow, which I probably will, but I feel like maybe it'll be more of a quieter stream. Maybe I'll just be enjoying the game. So yeah, but I definitely want to carry on because it feels like it's been forever since I've got back on Indiana Jones. And then of course, yeah, Saturday it is the big members stream. God, we're busy. The big members hangout variety stream starting at 4 p.m. where we're going to be playing lots of games. So that'll be fun. 4 p.m. till late. Maybe. We'll see. I wanna get some good gaming going. I don't know what I'm gonna do for food. I've got to figure that out. And then of course the members hangout on Sunday as well. So yeah, a packed weekend of LudiXP activities. So hopefully I can rest myself so I can do that. I hope I should be better by Saturday. I down some vitamin C's, all that good stuff. So I hope you are well as well out there in the big bad world. So yeah, just drinking water today. So the members hang out on Sunday, I think 8 o'clock is when we will do that. I believe that's the time that people wanted to do. Let's just say 8. That gives me a bit more time to get back from my parents' house because I think I'm going to go to my parents to have a roast dinner and a shower. Right, let's go. I think that's everything I have to say. So let's go to the highlights and lowlights of the week. What's going down, everyone? Obviously, my lowlight is being ill, which sucks. So it's been a slow week. But on the upside, I have played a lot of Ghost of Yotei, which I am very looking forward to talking to you about when we get to the main meat and bones of the show, because this was the perfect game to play whilst being sick. So that was good. I think that's my main highlight, actually, playing that. And then unfortunately it was my mum's birthday on Tuesday was my mum's birthday, and we were meant to do something, but the place messed us about and it just all fell apart horribly. Like, oh, it was so annoying. There was like problems on the train, which meant we were late, but then they pushed our time back for the boat thing that we were going to do. And then we ended up missing it. And they didn't give us a refund. This is the Thames Rib experience. They didn't give us a refund. They wouldn't let us move the day, even though it was outside of circumstances. The guy was like, they should have left early. And I was like, they did. They live far away. Some kind of tree fell on the track or something. What? Annoying. And I was like, so you've effectively just stolen our money. It was 50 quid per person, that. So yeah, that was a bit rubbish. Poor experience, poor customer experience. I was even there on time. So I was like, hey, I made it. And they were like, you can get on. I was like, I'm not getting on with everybody else. So that was pretty rubbish. And I can't remember if I said this last week. I probably didn't. Someone, in all seriousness, at the workshop last week, asked me if I had kids. And I was like, no. Why would you ask me that? Do I look old enough to have children now? I guess. But I'm actually, having sat on the matter for a bit, I've decided that it's actually a compliment that this person thinks I'm mature enough to look after other human beings. So thank you, I guess. So I'll take it like that way. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Let's check in. Might just have to mute myself while I have a little a little coughy on the side here. Right. Oh, and I forgot the poll was about screen time, because I've been talking about screen time and trying to fix my own screen time a lot. Ew! No, I don't. Where's you give off motherly I hope not. I do not want to give off motherly vibes. But no! I gave my mum a card for her birthday that said to my fur baby on it as a joke from Luna. She read it and thought it was me announcing that she was having a grandchild. And I was like, no, it says fur baby. I wrote in the card to my non-furry mum. Weird. Goodness me. Okay. Let's see. What's my favourite type of roast dinner? I used to be a chicken person, but now I'm a beef. So I've turned to beef. I'm currently working on getting the platinum for Elden Ring Night. Me too, but it's progress is slow. Chris Chase's highlights, Ghost of Yotei, woo woo, and going to a gig tomorrow. Lovely, enjoy. Terrence says highlight, Lockin down, thank you very much. Call them out and be long stream weekend and got a plat 350 in Raft. Thank you so much, Terrence, and congrats on your platinum. Low life, real life. Oh man, real life is kicking my ass, but I hope it will be better. I need to level up. Ian of Graham says, highlight Lockin down, Lucy, and Horizon Call of the Mountain video. Thank you very much. Absolutely loving Ghost of Yotei, and currently got 24 out of 54 trophies. Got the rest of my holidays booked. Well, I need to do that, actually. I think that's a good reminder. Thank you, Ian of Graham. I need to book the rest of my holidays so I don't lose them. You've got to use them, otherwise you're going to lose them. That's the way it is. Well, congrats. I'm glad to hear that you are enjoying Ghost of Yotei. Fabio says, highlight, my birthday was on Tuesday. You and my mum have the same birthday. Happy birthday. And the member's birthday. No, I think fabulous. I love to hear that. Glad all is well, Fabio. KRP TV is not many highlights again this week, apart from Lockin down. Thank you very much. Lola is that I have been underpaid at work again for the second month running. They really need to get their act together at my company. That sucks. Well, hopefully it's something that's able to be fixable. KRP TV. Ian Graham says I slept in for work on Monday. Oh no. Oh, I remember when that was a thing that used to happen to me. Like, no, or I'd panic about. James says, hi, let's look at Dumb and Lucy. Call of the Mountain video. Thank you very much. And looking forward to the members' weekend of streams. And got my 90th platinum in Ghost of Yotei a few hours ago. Damn, fast work. Lowlights, luckily none has been a good week. Love to hear it. Wes says, highlight the Discord spooky trophy race. Oh yeah, that's happening. Corey has put on a spooky race on the Discord, so check it out. Did a 5k walk on Sunday at Lowlight, none that I could think of. Nice. I love to hear it. Marwan says Lowlight was getting called back to work from holiday. No. Highlight was all my credit cards are cleared. Yay! Well done. Nice work. Robert Walters highlight got my 213th and 214th platinum in Metro Redux and Metro Last Light Redux for Corey's spooky challenge on the Discord. It's fun saying spooky. My back is behaving this week. Nice. And locking it down with Lucy and the weekend stream and the Hangouts. Love it. Thank you, Robert War. Thank you. Dusty says, Lola experienced what is probably the most depressing ending to the game with the tower ending in Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Damn. I don't know what that means, but damn. As what's his name used to say, Ron Simmons, I believe. Highlight, reload the save and continued from my slightly happier place. Nice. Yeah, so Robotic is saying about this percentage sheet. Yeah, it doesn't actually work anymore. I should probably put out a thing. The API or something has changed, and the person that did it before doesn't know how to fix it. So it is, unfortunately, it's dead. Which was, they knew it was coming. The person who helped me make it was like, yeah, this one day if they change something, it will die. And then we'd have to like do a bunch of work again. So it served the purpose for the time. But yes, the sheet is no more. And I am, sorry, a moment for the sheet. It served us well when we needed it. Yeah. Take a drink. Rockworth says, like too many gaming goals for sure. Which ones to focus on for the rest of the year? Bit of gaming burnout. Sometimes it's okay to be burnt out. It's alright. So I was gonna make sure I take my time so that I don't go into a coughing fit. I happened to be in a meeting today, and I was like, someone's going to have to take over the meeting. I can't speak anymore. Sorry, I did that right into the microphone. I never oversleep because I have my alarm clock on standby. My mum. That's very good. I don't remember if my dad would wake me up. Maybe for school, but after school, he just like left me to my own devices. So, because I guess he didn't know when we had to be into college or whatever. Picto Shogun says, are you playing Onimusha Way of the Sword? I am not. And I don't think I would. Quintana, how do I say it? Am I saying this like Quintanine? Says, are you going to platinum the first Neo game before Neo 3 since you already did 2? Probably not. But it's not off the cards to go back to. It's just I think I've got other games I'm going to play first. And that's not really a high priority for me. Also, I'm not sure it'd be weird going back because the game's probably a bit more old school. Cough drops. I don't know actually. Do we call them cough drops? I'm unsure. So yeah. Jamie said extra highlight. I'm also looking forward to the hangout. Hooray. I hope we're all well. For that. Oh yeah. I hope you enjoy Call of the Mountain. So yeah, I think that's all I've got going on. Sorry, I feel bad that I'm low beat, but I also feel like if I go any high beat, I'm gonna fall off a cliff in the speaking department. So that's all really. Another boring week to report. Is anything happening this week? Nothing. I have no plans. Nothing is going down. The weekend. Actually, I don't have no plans. The weekend, obviously, we're doing this, but I have no going out plans. So, but I'm meeting a friend next week, so I suppose that'd be nice. So, I suppose that'll be nice. Right, clip of the week comes by way of Storm Amy. I haven't actually watched this clip all the way through, so I hope. Sorry. I'll try not to apologize. I'm bad at that. Clip of the week comes from Storm Amy. I hope this isn't annoying, but I thought this was mildly amusing. So let's enjoy. I forgot there was another clip of the week song. There was obviously clip of the week, and then clip of the week. I forgot clip of the week, which is out of the box for anyone who knows what that is. So please enjoy a clip of the week. It's an incredibly windy day, so I wanted to see how the ducks are getting on when it's windy. Like, is it all fun for them? It's like, woo, we're gonna catch the wind. Yeah, I don't really come this way often. Oh, here we go. See, big blast coming. They look like they're struggling. Oh, they're getting out. Someone's doing some breading over there. Oh, they all go. I mean, look at the water. It's Storm Amy. There's always a storm here. That one's looking at me. Like, do they try and catch the wave? I don't know if you can hear any of this. We'll see. Oh, that's the guy. Woo! I wonder if it's like surfing. Oh, there we went. Is this like surfing for birds? Oh, here's a big one. That one's going. Woo! Oh, they're getting out of here. The ducks are like, what the hell? Oh, I don't want to step on any duck poo. Okay, well there you go. There's some content. Wow, look at how the wind is pushing the water. Oh, those ducks, they're really trying, those ones. Like, come on, just keep swimming. Heads down, let's go. Okay, last blast is coming. Oh, it's because that guy's giving some feed. All right. Wow, you really see it from this angle. I hope you're getting this. Oh, yeah, so they're all coming because that guy's giving out the food. But they've got to swim upstream against the wind to get the food. I want one last big tide to come. Oh, you can really see them trying. Bless them. Some of them are just hunkering down. I did like all the ones that were like, woo, it's time. Oh, they've made it, they've made it. All right, I guess I'll wrap this up. I don't think another big one's coming for a while, but they are all descending on the guy with the food. Oh, this one's making a beeline. Like, quick, quick. I want another big blast to come. I'm gonna be late for my grandma's. Oh, wait, there's a bit of argy-bargy going on. Get back. It's my bread. Oh, God, he's a bit of an alpha, isn't he? Oh, he's a bit lively. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, this one's barking out orders over here. I must look like a right little nerd standing here with my little phone filming the ducks. Yeah, look at these two. Rowdy. Maybe they own the pond. Alright, we're closing this up. I hope you enjoyed Duck Watch. There you go. I just saw that happening when I was out on my walk, and I was like, oh, I'll film a bit of this. And I don't know how much you guys like the ducks. But Storm Amy, for those of you who don't know, was the storm that hit the UK last weekend. And I was actually watching Big Jet TV, woo, as they were standing at Heathrow filming the planes landing. And oh my God, some of the landings, brown trousers for sure, brown trousers, like, whoa, easy, son, easy. Ooh, there we go. So yeah, I was out that day. Imogen would have blown away for sure, absolutely. Imogen got to sit in the cockpit of a plane last weekend because they recognised her off TV and was like, come sit in the plane. I was like, nuts. Crazy how that happens. But yeah, I thought that was quite fun to see how the birds got on. Must be weird for animals where it's like, oh man, because they probably understand but don't understand the concept of weather like we do. Like it's just like, oh, it's a nice day today. Oh, it's rainy today. Oh, it's a bit annoying. This is very windy. And they just have to sort of wait it out. So yeah. Let's move on to some video games. I love video games. Woohoo! And the latest video game to hit, we talked about it briefly last weekend, but I actually started it at the weekend. It was Ghost of Yotei. Of course. So I mean, you guys were telling me to play it. I kind of wasn't thinking I would play it just because I had other things to do. I was busy. Oh no. I hate when that happens. And then I got sick and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign to just sit down and chill out and play a brand new video game. And there is something quite exciting about playing a new video game, especially one that's like new. Like it doesn't happen often. I'm not always someone that plays the newest thing all the time, especially because I don't play every new game ever. But obviously this one was like ramping up. It'd been on like, you know, the waiting for it to come. So I sat on the sofa, I got my pajamas on, and I snuggled into my blanket, and I booted up Ghost of Yotei, and I pushed past my annoyance of having to do a tutorial. But I think it was Chris J actually was like, the tutorial is like 10 minutes. And you're right, the tutorial was about 15 minutes. And then the game was just like, have at it. And I was like, yes, this is what I want. It was like the perfect medicine for not feeling well, was just ride around the Japanese countryside and just, it's very forgiving, the game. I don't even know where to begin, but I guess my first thoughts are I like the game a lot. And if I hear people say to me, it's more Ghost of Tsushima, that is an insult. I do not want to hear that, because this game is absolutely not more Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like there's so much happening in this game that is a step up. It feels like a sequel in the truest sense. Like, obviously the foundations are there of what something. I feel like more of the same feels like, you know, to me, oh, you pick it up and play it and it's kind of interchangeable. I definitely feel like if I played this versus Ghost of Tsushima, there is a difference. And I feel like the difference here, there's so much more quality of life things going on, which I really like. There are new things happening, which isn't just 100% a reskin of the previous game, and we can talk about more of that as we get into it. But I feel like everything felt new and fresh, even the environment. Like, I remember when I think about Ghost of Tsushima, like, it's obviously very green and lush and lovely, but there's also some muddy bits. Obviously I haven't explored lots of the game, but Ghost of Yotei is just like, I think it's the mountain, like having the mountain there, and there's so much like trees, and you know, there's so much like landscape. Also, there's so much more wildlife, which also really adds to I won't go into story or spoilers at the moment. I'm just going to talk about baseline, but there's so much wildlife that's just in the open world. It just makes the whole world feel more alive, and they've just done some really like cool things that I'm like, oh, this makes sense. Like, everything feels like, I don't know, is it weird to say like natural? Like, it doesn't feel very video gamey how they navigate you round the world. Like, you know, there's not bits of, I know everyone goes to like yellow paint, but there isn't bits of yellow paint. They obviously do have the white stones that are very obvious for you to climb up, but I don't think they detract from the cliff sides, because they don't look like out of place. They just look like, oh yeah, some, you know, things that you can climb up. So I think that was my first takeaway, is it feels, it's very chill. And I do like the fact that after the tutorial, you are kind of just left to your own devices, which for me, who was feeling not very well, was really like nice and relieving to not be like funneled into the story if I didn't want to do the story. So I could just like get on my horse and just ride around and like clear the map. Like, there was no punishment for that. They didn't tell me I couldn't do it. You could just literally go wherever you wanted. And I like that, because I wasn't, I'm not, oh, maybe it's because I'm not like 100% trying, but I'm not great at the combat. But I also don't feel like I'm being punished that badly for being bad at like the combat. Like, you die and you're just back in it. And I'm just like, oh man, I just need to pay attention a bit more or try a bit harder. So that's pretty nice to just like, the game is just nice. It's forgiving. It's comfy. It's perfect. Sit on the sofa and just immerse yourself in it for a couple of hours. Like, and also you can pick it up and play it for like, sometimes like this week I picked it up and played it for 20 minutes. Other times I picked it up and played it for 3 hours. Like, I think I've already put 8 hours into the game, which is the only other game I feel like I put a lot of time into in a short amount of time was Claire Obscure, but that was for a different reason. Like, Claire Obscure, I was like, I can't say like I'm super invested in the story. That would be a lot, but the story is nice. But I think I just like being in the world. Like I said, the Japanese countryside is super beautiful. It's, you know, very chill. The open world activities don't feel the same as Ghost of Yotei. I mean, I think there's one that I was like, okay, this one I remember from last night. Obviously, you're going to get the clear this encampment out, but I even feel like those don't feel 100% the same. Like, there's not loads of them. But there is fox dens, but there's like the wolf dens, which are quite different. And the wolf thing is cool as well. I really like that. I really love animals in video games, and that makes me happy. Like, seeing animals, portrayed, it's good. But, yeah, so I guess what else do I want to say about it? It's very pretty. I said that already. It's very forgiving. Oh my god, the load times are incredible. I couldn't believe it. Like, this feels like sometimes you feel like you play a game and it's like, oh my god, this is a PS5 game. Oh my god, this is a PS5 game. Like, I played it, I saved, and I went out to the shops or whatever I did. I had my PlayStation was off. Like, I mean, like, pulled the plug out off. I came back, booted the game. Thanks, Wes. See you later. Booted the game up. It didn't even like boot up the start screen. It just like pressed the button and there I was, exactly where I was standing before I closed the game. I was like, it was almost as if I had put the game in rest mode. I was baffled, like astounded. I was like, that is pretty cool. So that's nice. I did turn down the haptics because I felt they were a little bit intense because I don't need jelly arms. And I am playing in English, but it's because I didn't want to have to read. I'm not good at read. I remember trying to play Ghost of Tsushima with Japanese subtitles when I first started playing, but I came to realize that I couldn't concentrate on reading the subtitles and reading what I had to do. So I was like missing information because I guess obviously if I'm listening in English, I'm like not thinking about having to listen in English, so the words are just going in and maybe I'm not even paying attention. But I'm obviously looking at that. But I noticed myself, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm either paying attention to what's being said by reading the words or I'm not paying attention to the pop-up that's saying I need to do something somewhere. So I'm just playing in English. Atsu as a character, I like her. She's no nonsense, which I think is pretty cool. There's not too much to her, but English or English. I don't know. But I do like she's kind of like straightforward, to the point, and I respect that, you know, she's no nonsense. I think it's pretty cool. I did think there was a little bit, I'll put a spoiler hand up just very quickly. I don't think this is a spoiler, but maybe it's kind of a spoiler. At first, I was a little bit apprehensive of the whole, oh, we're going to learn how to fight now by revisiting your childhood. And I was like, oh, God, spare me. But I do think they do a good job of making it feel less gimmicky because her family is obviously very important to her. And it comes up a lot in other times. It's not just resigned to like, oh, let's be a kid. And I actually quite like Kid Atsu. Let's just be a kid for this bit and then we'll forget about this. It crops up a bit. And I think that's actually better than the gimmicky, like, oh my God, we're a kid. So I'll just put my spoiler hand down for now. Hang on, let me just take a drink. But yeah, it definitely feels like there's a lot to do. It's a big game. I don't think I'm going to finish it anytime soon. I will just enjoy dipping in and out of it. I definitely do want to get better at the combat. Oh, this is what I want to say about the combat as well, being, it's for the quality of life. So one of the quality of life things that I think is so cool about it is you go to the map and you're like, do you know what I also really like? I really like the UI in this game. It's very refreshing. There's a lot of things I'm like, this is really cool. Like the UI is very refreshing. I do like that they have the little cars. You can go through those to like, you know, find out where you're going or whatever. I like that. But I like as well when you're on the map and you want to fast travel somewhere, you can actually choose, like, so if you want to go to the town or whatever, you can actually choose where in the town you want to fast travel. Like, do you want to speak to the merchant or do you want to speak to the blacksmith or whatever? And it will take you to that exact spot. I'm like, that's really cool. It'll also tell you, when you're looking on the map, if there's something to go back to at one of those places. If you hover over the fast travel, it'll be like, oh, this person has something to say to you and stuff like that. I'm like, that's really nice. Like, I just feel like the game is putting its arm around my shoulder. And I feel like I needed that this weekend. I needed a friendly game to just do that. But yes, this is exactly what I wanted to say, actually, Chris J, about the weapons and stances. So in Ghost of Tsushima, you have stances that you're supposed to change to when you fight different enemy types. But this time, which is why I don't think it's more of the same, because this time, yeah, that's kind of still there as a mechanic, but they've swapped it out to be weapon-based rather than stance-based. Like, obviously, stance like you high, low, or whatever. But here it's like, oh, if you want to fight this type of enemy, use this weapon, this type of enemy, that. So you're like having to like switch weapons and whatever. I can't wait to get my kunai though. I am missing my kunai. I do love those. So that's kind of fun. trying to navigate that. I don't like the targeting on enemies though. I feel like I get a little turned around sometimes when I'm like fighting someone and like the camera's a bit hard to work with. But yeah, there are some cool things going on. Oh man, I'm so bad at trying to fill up my Howl Wolf meter as well. Like when there's like I believe in Ghost of Tsushima, it was like you used your spirit to use your special Jin power. But here it's like a different bar, and you have to make sure you don't get hit between killing enemies. So I think it's like 6 enemies or something you have to kill in order to get your bar fully up to use your power. I'm a bit rubbish at that. I never get to do it because I always get hit, and I'm like so that's always unfortunate. But I do like the addition of the wolf as well, and how all that comes to be. That's nice. I haven't used the wolf a lot yet, but I need to level up the wolf to get it to come and help me more often. But yeah, overall, I'm having a good time, and I'm having it's the nature hoot here, and I'm having a great time. Yeah. So thank you for convincing me to play the game. I mean, if I wasn't streaming today, I would be snuggled up on the sofa playing it right now, thinking about how much I wish it was 9 o'clock so I could go to bed right now. But yeah, it's nice, it's chill. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, how it evolves. I'm hoping that, the story will intrigue me. But right now, I mean, do what I really like about the Ghost games, the the dialogue between the characters. There's like a certain right way of writing that when I started playing Ghost of Yotei, I was like, oh yes, this is how everyone talks to each other in these games. Like I can't put my finger on it, but everyone's quite direct with each other, or it's a bit. There's also a little bit of silliness happening, which I also quite enjoy. Oh, but that reminds me. There is one thing I do not enjoy. And I hate when games do this. I feel like I must have talked about it a bunch of times. But why do games feel the need to make a mini game inside the game? Who wants that? I don't want that. So they've basically got this game. I mean, it's not the most terrible, offensive mini game in the world. Like, it's not very, thankfully, it's not very complicated. But I did roll my eyes. It's like, come play whatever it was with me. And I'm like, oh, what do you want me? And it's like, this is how you play the game, Atsu. You do it this way. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to learn this. But thankfully it's quite simple. But Gwent was good. The coin flicking. I'm like, is this really necessary? Do we need to be flicking coins around? Like, come on. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be good if it's going to be good. Otherwise it's terrible. Like, Machine Strike was awfully complicated. I don't know if anybody enjoyed playing Machine Strike. That was bad. I feel like Assassin's Creed 3 also had some ones I'm like, oh, why are you making me play this? Like, I just don't get it. Like, yeah, Gwent was good, but I feel like Gwent was in depth and a well thought out game and was pretty fun to play. I mean, I did resist Gwent. Also, Fallout New Vegas, they had a game called Caravan, which was also not great. Like, if I want to play cards, I'll go and, to the local old people home and I'll play cards with them, I don't want to play cards. Don't make me play cards. I'm here to play a video game where I slice people up. Jacob, hello. Yeah, so AC3 had bowling. I feel like, as well, Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, that had that dueling with the bowls. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, I don't know, I'm just so over it. And I know other games have done it, which I didn't play, but I was like, I just rolled my eyes at that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some more and seeing how I get on. Let me just go back to your comments to see if there's anything else. The thing that annoyed me about the comments, how some enemies can finish their blue glint attack even though you land the hit. Mate, I shoved a sword in your face. Yeah, sometimes that's can be a bit strange. Yep, the random. Oh yeah, the random events are pretty good. I'd forgotten about that. there's sometimes there's just really nice things that make the world feel really alive. And I don't want to get into it because sometimes they happen naturally. I will say the bird gets on my nerves just a little bit. Like the bird is back from Ghost of Tsushima, but I had one time where it's like I was going towards something and then the bird showed up and I was like, no, bird, I found this. Like, and the bird's like, come find me, something over there. I was like, I know there's something. Let me find it. Now, there are settings where you can turn the bird off, but I also like the bird. But I don't want the bird taking credit for finding everything. I'm finding it, bird. Chill. And then one time I found something. The bird's like, yeah, but I got something over here. Something over here. I'm like, well, I'm over here first, Mr. Bird. So let me find this bamboo strike, and then I'll come over there and look. And then it took me to like a pillar, and I was like, well, whatever, bird. So maybe I might just turn the bird off for a bit. I feel like it would be it's helpful when you're looking for things that you don't know where they are. But right now, the world is my oyster. Oh my god, this is another cool thing that I really like about the game. So they give you a telescope. So when I go to a new area, I find somewhere high and I get my telescope and I look, and you can actually mark points on the map by looking through your telescope. It's like, this is really nice. There's just so many nice things that are happening. Also, the fact that there's no like paths, because obviously it's the wilds of the nature, but they have like the flowers that you can like ride through to make you speed up or whatever. And I'm like, that's really nice. I really like it. It's very chill. It's very nice. So, yeah. What about video games that have video games inside them? Let's think. What video games had video? Saints Row 4 had it, and I was like, fine, okay, we're gonna play Street Fighter. Bully had it. I just don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. It's if I want to play whatever, like if I want to play Snake, I'll get my old Nokia out. Don't make me do it in a video game. And it's always because there's an annoying trophy attached to it. But so far, I've only got 4 trophies. The game it's not throwing out trophies, but I'm sure they will come as and when I get around to it. I do miss being able to mark enemies. It says you can do it with the spyglass, but it doesn't seem to work. I did it one time with a target enemy. When I went to the camp, it was like, make sure you take out the target. I did actually manage to, that was the only sort of target I marked. But I did wonder that, Chris J, if there was like an option to do that. There was, as well in the options, a way to like toggle lock on to enemies, but I also wasn't sure how I felt about that either. But, gosh, Little Nightmares 3 is out tomorrow. I am very much looking forward to playing that at some point. I don't think I'll play that immediately. Prisma says hello, everybody. But yeah, I really want to. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember about the comment being able to throw swords and spears. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Just pick it up and go and just give it to someone. But I mean, I could talk about it for a long time. But I also want to like be mindful not to say too many spoiler things, because there's such a there's a lot of nice little detail things that I'm like, I like this. This is cool. This is good. It feels real. So yeah, that's Ghost of Yotei. I also have an update for you on Gears of War. I want to talk about that as well, because we finished our first playthrough of Gears of War on normal, and now we have started on, is it insane or something? I can't remember what the hardest difficulty is, and that I'm really enjoying. Like, I can't say I remember too much about what happened in the story, but there was the Brumac, that was the big thing. There was the Ram General. It was just good old video game fun. Like, I couldn't believe how short it was, to be honest. It was quite short, but obviously it was a game from a while ago. But yeah, it was fun. I think I'm enjoying the insane playthrough more than the first playthrough, because now I've got my bearings. I know what I'm doing. And now it does feel a bit more strategic, because beforehand I was just like running around being like, I don't know what the buttons are, what's going on? And just sort of like mindlessly playing the game. But now that you're on insane and you do go down pretty quick, there's a lot more, okay, like I think I do like this about video games. Like I find it as well with like when I play Resident Evils, whatever. I like knowing what I'm getting into and like planning to be like, okay, we got this section here. How are we going to tackle it? All right, we're going to have to take our time and be a bit more patient. And then that's when the cover shooter really comes into its own, because you really are having to take cover, look at who's coming, and, shoot people, but then also make sure you're ducking down a lot. So I think we're on Act 2 now, which is pretty good. So we got past there's a bit where there's a truck and there's all the, what are they called? The krill. And you have to make sure you grab all those. So yeah, I am really looking forward to playing all the Gears of War games. I'm hoping they'll all come to PlayStation. It's been fun doing it, and yeah, it's a good fun. As I said, video game, fun game. So we'll see how the insane run goes. But then yeah, then it's on to the potential multiplayer grind, which I will try and figure out how to get through that. So yeah, that is also on. God, I'm playing so many video games at the moment. Sometimes I go for like, I play a lot and then I complete them all. And then I'm like, oh no, I don't know what to play and I don't want to start anything new. And then I get so many, because yeah, I'm doing Indiana Jones, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Gears of War, Ghost of Yotei, Claire Obscure. That's at least 5 games I'm playing at the moment. Yeah. And then the other game I booted up because I wanted to just give this game a go, and I want to play it with my siblings at some point. I did play Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. I somehow got into a rabbit hole on YouTube where people were like, why everybody's moving from Mario Kart to Sonic CrossWorlds? And I was just like, oh, interesting. People seem to be enjoying it. And I kind of was like, oh, this is, people seem to like it. So I kind of watched a few videos. I was kind of interested. So I gave it a shot, but on an alt account, because I didn't know if I really wanted to commit. But I also just wanted to play something, again, mindless, while I just sat on the sofa. So I booted it up. And my first thing was like, there's no campaign mode, which I get. But as someone who's playing it by themselves, I'm not really too interested in playing on multiplayer. I kind of need something to steer me on. Is that the right way? To spur me on, to keep going. But without that, you're kind of just playing races. And that's about it. But for those of you unaware, this is how the game works, okay? You race in a Grand Prix, or a Grand Prix, as most people might call it, actually. Just exposing the certain. When I was younger, it's called the Grand Prix. You can see why. It has an X on the end. All right, allow me. So you race in the Grand Prix, and the game sort of assigns you a rival. So like, if I'm driving a Sonic, it'll be like, Knuckles is your rival, and your rival, you kind of like, they're on the map or whatever. So it's basically like a car race that you normally know. You start off, you're driving, but the main gimmick that they've got here, other than the rival thing, is like after the first lap, whoever's in first place will get to pick out of the 2 rings to go to a different location, like kind of doing the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart kind of thing. So the ring will come down and you'll pick which one and you go through, and now you went from just the general stadium and now you're in a casino level, and you do a lap of that, and then when that lap's done, you return to the original map, which is kind of cool, keeps things fresh. But it does feel, I don't know, maybe because I'm not a massive kart racer person, I only really like Crash Team Racing. I remember I did play Mario Kart and it just felt a bit floaty to me, and the Sonic also has a bit of the floatiness to it, which I don't know, maybe Crash Bandicoot, well, I say maybe, it's probably considered the inferior racer. Like, obviously, everyone loves Mario Kart, but because I grew up on Crash Bandicoot, I like the grittiness. Like, I feel like my tyres are on the floor. But I don't feel like my tyres are on the floor when I play Mario Kart or when I play Sonic. Although Sonic is very forgiving as well. Like, I felt like, again, I was, like, not playing with my 100% brain capacity. And I wasn't doing terribly. Like, the drifting is still the same, but you could kind of, like, not have to have the same precision. Like, Crash Bandicoot will punish you if you drift and you don't get it right. Whereas Sonic doesn't really, which I think makes it more, like, I suppose, family friendly or easy to pick up and play. Like, you'll just do it and you'll just drift and you'll be fine. You're not really ever falling off the map either. I don't even know if it allows you to fall off the map. I do like as well, they have this gimmick with, obviously, like, Sonic likes to do flips and shit. So when you go over like a ramp or something, you can like move the buttons and you do some like flips. And if you do some good flips, you then get a speed boost when you land. That's quite nice. But yeah, I just kind of wish there was a few more modes or something to make it a bit more worth my while. But I definitely want to try and get my siblings round to play it together, because maybe it'll be more fun playing it with others. But playing it by myself, it's like, it's fine. And maybe I will still continue to play it on an alt account just when I want to, have a little go. but I don't really want to commit to it full time on my main account. Is that really bad? It's because I think it's fine, but I also like the idea of just racing. So we'll see how it goes, or if they do any more updates. But if there was a campaign mode, I think I would have committed, because then I would have had, like, a very definitive start and end, like a goal to complete. But there doesn't seem to be that in this, which I think is a shame. So that's my time with Sonic cross racing, CrossWorlds racing, which I don't know if anyone else really cares about. I played a lot of Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing on PS3 and have Team Sonic Racing for PS4. I don't know, I feel like for a long time, I thought Sonic like Racing was a bit kiddie and a bit, but it seems like they've stepped up their game for this one, and everyone seems to be talking about it. Like, if you type it in on YouTube, you'll see loads of videos. People are like, oh, Sonic is taking down Mario, because what was the Mario Kart that just came out? It was the open world one where you have to like race, but then you have to drive to the next race. Apparently that rubbed people up the wrong way and people didn't like it. So yeah, that's what's going down there. And then Claire Obscure. I feel like I've got into a big sort of like area where now I just have to fight a lot and I don't really know what I'm doing. And so being kind of like tired and ill, I've just not really felt like doing it. Resident Evil 8. I don't know if I'll stream Resident Evil 8. I'm so behind. I'm so behind on my streams, and I won't actually be near my computer on Halloween. I'll be at a theme park, so I won't be able to do that. So yeah, that's my big video game update for you all. We interrupt this video game update with a Lunar Logs while I take some more water. Please enjoy. It was a very short Lunar Logs, but yeah, we got a bubble machine, and Luna very much enjoyed the bubble machine. So a bit of Luna to lift your day. But we're gonna talk to Screentime here now, and then we probably will wrap it up. I do have a Lucy versus AI, but it's quite in depth. So I'll save it for next week when I'm feeling better, because I actually did some work for this Lucy versus AI, which is why it took a bit of time. Like, I was trying to write a movie script or a movie treatment, and that required me to take time out of my day to actually learn how to write a treatment for a movie, find a way of putting it together, come up with some ideas, do some research. Like, this took work, but I'll save it for next week. So that's to hype you up for next week. I tried to write a movie script, and then I got ChatGPT and Gemini to write one too. And it's like one of those things that's quite defeatist, because I was like, oh, man, I've had to like work hard to like come up with an idea, and they just did it in seconds. And I was like, oh, so you could be the judge of that next week. But yeah, I feel like that's gonna require a lot of talking, because I got someone to help me with the structure of how to do it. As in like how to set it up, how to write it, how to deliver it. So there's a lot of talking to get through each of those ideas. So yeah, we'll get through that. But I want to talk about screen time. It's a big topic that I've been trying to tackle myself recently. So the poll today is, are you good at managing your screen time? 25% of you say yes, 45% of you say no, and 31% of you say sometimes. The other dog was Olive, which was the dog I looked after for a friend. But unfortunately, Olive lives quite far away, which makes it quite hard to look after her on a more permanent basis. Now, when I get that was like a fun thing, but it was like a 3-hour round trip to pick her up and get back home again. So it's not really viable. But I would look after more dogs if they lived closer, to be honest. So, screen time, everybody. I feel like it's a big topic of conversation, and it's something that I've been trying really hard to like work on myself, because I don't really like. So what's everyone's main vices? Like, for me, it's Instagram, I suppose, is the one that I look at the most. Like, I don't really count YouTube, although I do watch a lot of YouTube. But I see YouTube as watching TV. I don't tend to watch YouTube because I don't do shorts. I like find like long form media, so I like stick that on, and I'll either watch it or have it on in the background. But I'm not like doom scrolling on YouTube. I do find it annoying though when I want to find a video and I can't find it. Because like today, everybody, big exciting news, but YouTube didn't like notify me this. Do you remember my friend who I'm not actually friends with? He doesn't know I exist, but I love him. Jeff, the guy who enjoys trains. Well, he released 2 new videos about the new transport line going. So there's a new bus that's going all the way from Waterloo to Lewisham, which is like, and it's going to do it like super quickly, which is like crazy cool. And there's new DLR trains, which also look really cool. But YouTube didn't notify me of his new videos, which I thought was sad. Like I was looking for something to watch, and I don't know how I came across it. Like maybe I just typed it in and was like, let's see what Jeff's up to. Yeah, 2 new videos about the Superloop, the Bakerloop bus. I actually really want to get on the Bakerloop. I want to get on. I haven't even got on the Superloop yet. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of sad that I couldn't find his videos. Anyway, yeah, I don't partake in shorts, but I do sometimes find myself watching reels on Instagram, and I hate it. I don't have TikTok, thankfully. I do feel bad when people send me TikToks, so I just can't watch them because I'm like, I don't have TikTok. Whatever. Reddit, I definitely was able to reduce my usage on, but I actually have done a really good job at bringing down my Instagram watching, because Nathan Joe says, I don't count YouTube either because I feel like it offers value. Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, I feel just disappointed after a while. 100%, I agree. There is like, you watch something on Instagram, like after you're scrolling, you're like, what have I got from this? Nothingness. So these are my tips, everybody, that I have been doing to try and limit my screen time. Now, the first one, I know you're going to be like, well, whatever. So I did actually, and I actually am really proud of myself when I look at my screen time on my phone, which I'm just getting up now. So I did actually limit my Instagram to be only 30. So today I've only used 10 minutes of Instagram, which I think is really good. Considering that, yesterday it was 10 minutes as well. 10 minutes as well. 7 minutes. So the first thing I did was I put like a timer on it. And obviously I know that it's 30-minute timer. And obviously as I am the master of my phone, I can tell the timer to do one if I want to. But that's part of being responsible, is that if I am on Instagram and the timer goes, then I have to respect that. What I also really like is when I try and close Instagram, it will tell me at the bottom how many minutes I have left in the day, which I really like. And I also kind of like when I click on it and I think, oh, there's something I want to watch, let's just close it because I want to save my minutes for later, because there might be like a time where I'm sitting on the bus and that time I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll look at Instagram then. But what I don't want to be doing is I don't want to be sitting on my sofa scrolling Instagram when I could be playing the PlayStation, the thing I actually enjoy doing, or watching something on YouTube that is a bit more interesting, or even watching a Doctor Who episode, or doing my stretches, or doing the washing up. So I'm trying really hard to like, if I do find myself scrolling on the sofa, the other thing I try and do is when I hit an advert, it's time. Like as soon as an advert comes up, I use that as a mental break of immersion, because I'm not looking at anything interesting anymore. I'm now being advertised to, which I find really annoying. That's a shut the phone down. What I like about Instagram is I want to see my friends and what they're up to. So I do have to keep on top of the settings, which is like, don't show me reels, only show my friends, but they will revert the settings after a while. So that's annoying. So yeah. The other thing I was watching was a video about someone talking about how obviously using your phone and scrolling takes away your dopamine hits or something. So you're losing all your happiness straight away to the day. So when I heard that, obviously I find like, so obviously I go to work and I do my job or whatever, and sometimes it's quite a lot and I'm like, So what I'm trying to do is not look at my phone and do scrolling in the morning, because what this guy was saying was like, then you find things in the day less interesting and you're not motivated to do something. And like, obviously your brain is a muscle, and obviously if you were lifting weights to get stronger, your muscles would hurt because they're trying to like do something. It's the same with your brain when you don't want to do something. Because that's the other thing. That's how I got my Call of the Mountain video edited as well, because I was like, I'm just gonna sit here do nothing, and it's hard. I'm gonna tell you it's just straight. Like, the weekend comes along, I just want to veg out on the sofa quite a lot because I feel tired. and then, you know, opening up Premiere to start editing video, it's hard. It's like my brain's like, no, I don't want to do this. But after like 10, 15 minutes of pushing past that, I don't want to do it, I want to be lazy, you kind of sort of get going. And then after 30 minutes, you're kind of like, oh, I'm really into this. And before you know it, 3 hours have passed and you've made really good progress on the thing that you didn't want to do. But then you're like, oh, hang on a minute. I do like doing this thing. It's just really difficult to start doing it. So, you know, so that's what I'm trying to do. Not like look at my phone straight away in the morning so that I have more happiness to use on the things that can be more enjoyable. Like, obviously, waking up and turning on my laptop and answering emails isn't great. But maybe it's a bit better if I haven't just wasted all of my happiness on, you know, if I haven't wasted it all on the phone. Like maybe I get an email where someone's like, oh, hey, Lucy, that was really good. Thanks for helping with that. And maybe if I'd scrolled on my phone for 30 minutes, I would be like, okay, great. But then I'm like, oh, this is nice because I haven't lost all of that. So yeah, I've been trying really hard to bring it down because there's just so much other things I could do. I think I noticed like when I was, I noticed the downfall when I went on holiday and I was just scrolling, and I found it really difficult to stop scrolling when I came back from holiday. And it'd be to the point where I was like, but I want to play a video game. Why am I scrolling on my phone? Like there's something I really want to do. And what's stopping me doing it? Just opening my phone. So there's that. That's what I'm trying to do. What else am I trying to do? Yeah, it's mainly Instagram. With Reddit, I turned off all suggested subreddits, which has made a massive difference to my Reddit time, because I think the way they hook you is like, you know, you would be scrolling and you'd see like the things. Because I think I talked about this before. I'd get the am I the arsehole or whatever. It's something like, my boyfriend did this, female, 28, boyfriend, 54. We did. And I'm like reading it. Oh my God. Oh no, this is scandalous. And then you would get to it and be like, was this even real? What have I gained from this? I just turned off all of that nonsense. And so sometimes when I open Reddit, there's nothing new to show me. Or it's now showing me things that aren't as popular or as interesting to me in the topics I do like. So I just close it again. It's actually really freeing, to be honest. You just open it up and go, nothing to see. Close it. Same with the Instagram. If I don't see anything that, you know, I open it up. Obviously the reels are really annoying and are there to like drag you in. But I try and open it up, look to see if there's any stories or if any of my friends have posted. If not, nothing to see. Put it away. Let's do something else. So, yeah, let's throw the floor over to you guys, and how do you feel about it? Because I've also been watching a lot of videos about late stage screen addiction, where it's just like you just can't do anything anymore. Like nothing brings you joy. I think it's also I'm trying to do stuff to like, you know, boost my own happiness. And if your phone doesn't make you happy, even if you don't realize it, then maybe you can be happier if you just put your phone down. If that makes sense. I'm just trying to make the days better. Especially when today it was dark at 6:30. I had to turn the light on at 6:30. It was awful. Dusty says, I've pretty much turned off all app notifications as I found they got really annoying and all I was doing is cancelling the notifications. That's a good technique as well, because obviously if you're not getting the notifications or they're not there, you stop looking. Like that's the other thing. It's like picking up your phone, looking for a notification, or because that's the other thing that I don't think I've just become really cynical at the world. The other thing I don't like about the apps is that I'll post something on Instagram. I feel like maybe it comes with age as well. Like I don't care as much, but I posted, was it my 30th anniversary pictures at the weekend, even though it was like late or whatever. I was like, I'll just post them. They're fun. And I want to have like that. There was a picture or as a record. And I kind of forgot that I'd posted that because I don't post often. And then I'd noticed that I would click on it and people had liked it, but I hadn't been notified. And then other times of the day, I would have notifications that said people had liked it. And apparently that's a technique where the apps will not notify you immediately when something happens because they want that you to have that. Is there like to check it? Like, is there something? Oh, nothing. Because obviously if you knew that, you know, you were going to get notified when there was something to check, you wouldn't check the app. So it's all psychological things. Yes, my 30th anniversary for my wedding when I got married when I was 4 years old. That was a big thing. But there's so many like, you know, psychological things that go into the phones and the apps which are a bit scary. Also, none of these videos I'm like, I hate. Also, all the AI videos, like, I'm just so done with it. Like, you don't want to have to like look at a video and be like, is this real? I just can't be bothered. So I've just kind of like stepped away from it and just, yeah. And I feel like it has been working for me, and it's quite nice to not care so much. I think my main time of scrolling now is when I'm on the train, and even then, sometimes I don't really like scrolling on the train, 'cause I feel like I get a bit of tunnel vision sometimes from doing that. Chris J says Spotify's my most used app, but I mean, I don't look at that yet. Same, Spotify is pretty big. On my phone, I'd say Reddit or TikTok. Yeah, I've never had TikTok, and I kind of never want TikTok. Also, I think it's really interesting. I feel like I'm on my soapbox, that a lot of the people that make these apps, like the tech business people, they don't let their kids have phones or the app. So what does that tell you? They're the people making it, and they know not to. Yeah, I never look at YouTube shorts, but I think it's interesting because when I do look at a YouTube short, like, just because I noticed that when you click on the YouTube app, it will open with a YouTube short, but if you don't watch shorts, it won't do that. And I'm like, that's so weird. Get that out of here. So I guess it's just being strict with yourself, and you'll notice the effects. Like the other thing, so I mentioned a couple of months ago I wanted to start doing some stretches. I haven't really talked about it that much, but I do the stretches every day. And at first, again, like I was saying, it was hard to like add it to my routine. It was like, oh, I have to do my stretches now. It's another thing I have to do in the morning. But now I just kind of just do it. It's like, I think someone said it takes 2 weeks to get a new habit. And it is weird. It's like, now it's just like, okay, I'm going to do my stretches now. Because actually, I've noticed so many benefits from it. It's really weird. Like my hip, I was telling you about my hip pain. My hip pain has actually really reduced, which I was like, that is crazy. I wasn't expecting that. This shoulder hurt a lot when I started doing my stretches, and now it's much better. So now it's not even that I'm doing it because I feel like I have to do it. I'm doing it because I'm like, wow, I actually do feel a positive impact from doing it. And also, it's only 12 minutes, and kind of like, now I know the routine off by heart, so I kind of just like do it, and then it's done, and I'm like, yay, it's quite relaxing. So yeah, I implore you to try something, because I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. If I scroll and I haven't done my stretches yet, I'm like, put the phone down, I haven't stretched yet, or put the phone down, there's washing up to be done, or whatever. Fabio says, I used YouTube to listen to music and watch your streams nowadays. I found another video website that has no ads, a lot of cool content. Nice. I might have a bowl of cereal after this. I'm strong in some senses and weak in others. I bought myself some Shreddies, and I really, really want to eat the frosted Shreddies. Dusty B7 says, I tend to do most of my scrolling in the morning whilst I'm still a bit zonked out. Then I dip in and out during the day whilst waiting for something like workload. Yeah, see, apparently this is bad for you. I mean, obviously I'm not going to tell you how to live your life or whatever you do, but apparently that's like, you should be seizing your morning time. Like, that's what I try and do. That, like, I try and like get out of bed, and that's why I like to play the PlayStation or something in the morning before I start work. Like, do something like happy for me before I feel too tired to do anything else. Like, I did a lot of the planning for Saturday in the mornings, like making sure the games were installed or writing up the plan and stuff like that. And I was like, cool, I've achieved something for me this morning, which obviously if I laid in bed for 30 minutes I wouldn't have done, because obviously I have to start work at a certain time as well. So something to consider. What else would you do on a bus or train but look at your phone? That's why I started listening to the audio book as well recently, so that meant that I wasn't thinking about looking at my phone, because I was thinking about listening to the words that the book was telling me. Also trying to go for walks a bit more without listening to something, just to be in your own thoughts. I also try. Have I turned really mindful? I think it's because I feel like I've been super stressed out recently and a bit like meh. So I'm trying to like make changes in myself to feel less meh. And these feel like some quick wins for me. But it's okay. You're supposed to be bored sometimes. I'm better at taking breaks than I used to because of my dry eye syndrome, exactly. But yeah, you can't obviously not use your phone all the time. Like, I use my phone quite a lot when I'm out for like using, City Mapper or obviously Spotify. But those are things I'm doing proactively. I look at Instagram right before bed. I mean, I don't mind doing that. I mean, some people say it might stop you from sleeping because of the blue light or whatever. But for me, if I do it, I'm like, I've earned it now. It's the end of the day. Use the rest of my dopamine. Take it away. I'm going to go to sleep. I use Facebook and Discord as my main social media. Yep. I tend to have a strict shutdown during the evening so that I'm not distracted by my phone. I found my sleep pattern really improved remarkably. Nice. That's really good. Um, The TikTok brain rot is relentless, but I keep scrolling. Yeah, the brain rot is kind of nuts. And the more I watched videos about it, the more I'm like, I don't want smooth brain. I want to, do something or whatever. Because I think that's the thing. It's just like, you watch the TikTok or the reel or whatever. What have you got to say for yourself? Do you remember them? You tell someone else, they're mildly amused. Nah. I don't know. Yeah, I just find it's all a bit rubbish. I used to be on Twitter a lot, but it's become a cesspool. Loads of far right shit and weird people. Yeah, I used to Twitter a lot as well, and I've kind of just scaled back. Like, I only just post when I post a video now. But I that is weird. Twitter used to be one of the ones that I looked at the most, and then that's really dropped off. And now it is Instagram. In fact, let's look at my well-being again. I really like using the well-being apps. Like, obviously, like I said, you can set these timers and you can be your own boss and just, like, so today I've only used my phone for 1 hour and 26 minutes, which I think is pretty good, to be honest, compared to, like, because I was watching something else where people's screen times are, like, insane. But yeah, so my top one was Google for 20 minutes, then it's Discord for 18 minutes, then it's Instagram 10 minutes, Reddit 8 minutes, WhatsApp 4 minutes. Also, I've noticed my WhatsApp has gone down quite a lot as well, because I feel like none of my friends really message each other anymore. Not for any fault of our own, not that we don't like each other, but I think it's just become another draining activity. I would much rather meet my friends in person, and I think that's why the comms on WhatsApp have just died down for me personally, because it's more just like, more transactional of information. Like, can we organize something? Great. I don't really feel like I have conversations with my friends anymore on WhatsApp where we're talking about, hey, this happened, blah, 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 blah. Like, that seems to have slowed down. And then after that, it's like, it drops even more. Like, Wednesday, I was only on my phone. Wait, that screen time yesterday was 51 minutes. So yeah, and also when you look at the time like that, you're like, wow, I spent so much time doing nothing when I could have been. And that's why I think another reason I was proud of making that video, because I was like, I was really trying hard to, like, not be a bum and be like, I've got something to do, let's work it out. Anyway, I feel like I'm just lecturing you all now about phone time. Water is great. 90% of why I use social media is follow band updates. Yeah, because that's what it should have been about. That's what it was about at the beginning. It was about following people that were your friends, or, things that you enjoyed, or people you enjoyed, or bands. And now it's like all that stuff gets filtered out. Like, I actually couldn't believe that I didn't get Jeff's video today. And that made me feel kind of, like, sad. That I was like, oh, I really enjoyed Jeff's videos but it's because I haven't watched a video of his in a while, because he was doing videos about, things that wasn't 100% my interest. I missed 2 videos of his that were in my interest. So yeah, you did, I'm afraid, Kareem. It's a bit further back if you want to go back and listen to, but I thought it was lovely. I mean, I'm still playing it and I do really enjoy it. It's mental health and well-being day tomorrow, so turn your phone off and do some Pilates. Well, there you go. That's lovely. That's a good way to wrap up this conversation about screen time. Because I also think it's making people worse. Like, I was watching a video about cinema etiquette, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing in this video. Like, people sitting in the cinema and putting their bare feet up on other people's chairs. And I'm like, you're not at home. You're at the cinema. Another one showed a video of someone on their laptop in the cinema. And I'm like, why are you working from home in the cinema? You're in the cinema, man. Come on. Like, I even don't like people's smartwatches go off in the cinema. I'm like, but that's a bit harder to control. Because all you have to do is move and that sort of, like, lights up. There was another one of people, like, running in and, like, saying no spoilers, like, I don't know, John dies at the end, and then running out. And it's like, I don't know, does John die at the end? Maybe they just made that up just to, like, annoy people. There was one person as well who did a whole, like, fake fire alarm thing, and they got everyone to go out the cinema, and then were like, sorry guys, you just were pranked. It's like, you're not funny. You're just ruining people's days who just want to have a nice day. I think they call it main character syndrome. Like, everyone thinks they're the main character now. I don't know why I've got in this rabbit hole, but these are kind of like YouTube videos that I've started watching. It's just like people just being like, what's happened to the world? Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Nuts. So there you go. It's my rant of the day. That's a lot of my just to spoil a film. Yeah. People checking their phones during the movies makes me say, I agree. It's awful. It's tomorrow's payday. I use my phone to look at my payslip now. Well, that's the thing. I was watching something else where someone was saying like, oh my God, I want my kid to not have a phone so much, but the school is making them like have their timetable on their phone and stuff. And I'm like, what? Anyway, that's my rant about phones and social media. I hope it was somewhat insightful and maybe it'll help you. I mean, maybe you don't want to, if you're happy scrolling, then more power to you. But yeah, I've just really been trying to make a conceit of it. Not because I don't want it to be like, I'm better than you or anything, but I just wanted to be happier. So I'm hoping that this will make me happier. And I think it has. So maybe. We'll see. Yeah, isn't it kind of crazy how things have changed? But all right, I think I will wrap it up here because I'm gonna eat a bowl of shreddies and then I'm gonna go to bed early. Woo! I can't wait to sleep. I'm so excited. I love that I have like I've gotten, because it's a bit colder now, I've got my duvet, but I put a blanket under the duvet. Oh my God, it's the cuddliest, snuggliest thing ever. And I get it and I'm like, and I got my pillows around me and I'm like, oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. All right, well, no, Shreddies is a cereal. It's frosted Shreddies. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be streaming Indiana Jones. I don't know how long it will be. I mean, I do want to make some decent progress, seeing as I am behind, but we will see. Hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow. I feel like the Lemsip actually did start to kick in halfway through this. So do want to make some good progress on that. And then the big super massive stream is on Saturday. So I'll see you then. But I do feel like it is time to rest the voice. So let's close the poll as we end today with, are you good at managing your screen time? 25% of you say yes, 30% of you say no. 35% of you say sometimes, and 46% of you say no. Tomorrow I'm going to the office, so probably won't be 7 p.m, maybe more like 7:30, depending on, although I kind of want to get into the office early and then leave early so I can just get my work done and just get in, get on, get out. Because I kind of just want to go just for a change of scenery because I've literally sat in the flat for a long time. But I also don't know what I'm doing for dinner tomorrow. So yeah, I've got to figure that out. All right, goodbye. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the support, and happy birthday to all the members. And a big, massive thank you shout out to everyone who's been a member for 3 years. Kind of crazy. Thanks for sticking with me. And I hope you are well and don't get ill like me. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.